It's time for Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Stay tuned for conversation and information from her special guest. Now sit back and relax and enjoy Real Talk with Cindy Barber.
Standing right back. For those of you who may not know it. Good evening, and welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. As you're joining us, please let me know city, state, or country where you are joining from. We look forward to seeing you on tonight. My guests are here, and I'm so excited to have them with me on tonight. Please tag and share and let others know that we're on. We're also on my YouTube page, which is Cindy Barber TV, as well as this new page, which is Real Talk with Cindy. Please share, tag, and let others know that we are on. We are here. And I'm going to bring my guests on in a few minutes. Please let me know city, state, or country where you are joining us from on tonight. I hope everyone has had an amazing weekend. I see you coming on. Please let us know city, state, and country where you're joining us from on tonight. It's good to see you coming on. It's good to see you coming on. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Just wanted to also let you know that Real Talk is celebrating 6 years. We're celebrating 6 years. And I'm so excited that we've been here this long for 6 years. I'm also asking if you would throw a financial seed of $6 to my Cash App, which is Cindy's Keys. Cindy's Keys, and celebrating my 6 years with Real Talk. And I'm so excited to be celebrating. And one of my guests has been here basically the entire 6 years. I've had him off and on our show. And I'm so excited to have him with me on tonight as we celebrate 6 years of Real Talk. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring on the guest now. Good evening, gentlemen. It's good to have you with me on tonight.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
I can't hear.
You can't hear us? Okay. We can hear you. I'm not sure what happened. Is it your earpods or I'm not sure why you can't hear. We can hear you, Brian, but you can't hear us. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear now? Can you hear us now? You still can't hear?
I'm gonna log out, come back.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Okay. Not a problem. He's gonna log out and come back in. So while we're here, I'm so glad to have Fred Blain with me on tonight, radio personality Fred Blain from Philadelphia. Fred, I'm so honored to have you with me on tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I thank God for that. It's my pleasure to spend some time with you this evening.
Yes. So let us know how the radio, what you're doing now.
Well, Gospel Highway 11 is celebrating 50 years this year. The station's been in existence for 50 years.
Wow.
And also 5 years online only. Part of those 50 years, we were on the terrestrial side, only servicing Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
Okay.
And also online only
Hmm.
now, but we were online for 20 years anyway. But now it's just online only. We've been doing that for 5 years now, but the station's been around serving the Philadelphia community for 50 years. That's a long time.
That is a long time. Oh my goodness. And everything has changed now with radio. You'll find more things on the internet now than ever before, on apps, more than ever
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Do you
So
find
many.
that to be a challenge?
I'm sorry, you say?
Do you find that to be challenging?
It's always challenging. It's
Mm,
always challenging from the sponsorship to the music. It's
mhm.
always challenging, especially when you're trying to hold a certain standard when it comes to the music. But music is always changing. But there's a certain standard that we try to hold fast to. That's making sure the church is supplied with good music that they can use for Sunday morning and throughout the week.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Bryant Pugh, I'm so honored to have you with us on tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good. Sorry, we had technical difficulties. I couldn't hear anything.
Right. Yeah. But sometimes I guess once you log out and come back in, it'll work. It'll work.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
thanks for
glad
having
that,
me.
yeah. Oh, thank you for accepting. Thank
And
you
it's
for
good to
accepting.
see my good friend Fred Blain.
Hey, man, we go way back when we were youngsters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what are we now?
We're seasoned saints.
Right. Right. So I'm glad to have you tonight because we're here to talk about two amazing, phenomenal um, ministers of music, I call them, in the gospel music industry. And that's the late Bishop Norman Hutchins as well as Richard Smallwood. So let's talk about them on tonight. We want to honor them as well on tonight. I'm going to start by asking you, do you remember the very first time that you heard their music? Let me start with you, Fred. Do you remember the first time you've heard their music?
The very first time I heard his music was probably West Angeles Church of God in Christ when he did a song called "Press Toward the Mark."
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Remember that.
you remember that one, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that was the first encounter.
Okay. And how about you, Brian, for
I
either
think my
one?
first encounter is when I heard this may be late in the game. Emmanuel.
Oh,
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first time hearing of him.
Okay. And what about with Richard? What was your first time that you heard his music?
Uh, his very no, I heard his music. Yeah, his very first album.
and
Okay.
the Onyx label.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Psalms 8 album.
Mm-hmm.
This is
the
before I
Psalm 8
started
album.
working
Yeah,
with him.
after that one, yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
very first album was "Lord, You Sure Been Good to Me" was on there,
Right,
and uh, I think "I Love the Lord" was on there.
right.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was a long time in that record label. Wow, that was really long.
And it's
Yeah,
still being sung today. A good song never dies.
That's
that's
right.
right.
That's
Mhm.
right. And they were phenomenal writers, and we're still going to be
Yeah, yeah.
continue to sing their songs. It's like Emmanuel. Every time Christmas rolls around, everybody
Right.
pulls it out. Some people say they're tired of hearing it, but
It's a
people
staple.
still they still sing it or they dance to it.
It's a
Yeah,
staple. It's
It
not
is
going anywhere. That's going
no,
to be right there with Silent Night.
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So, what do you believe was the greatest contribution each artist gave to the gospel music industry? What do you think is the greatest contribution? I'll start with you, Brian. What do you
Uh,
think?
well, obviously their music, um, and their knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just their ministry, as a whole. What they poured into other people's lives, how they affected other people's lives. Like for instance, I was somewhere with Richard Smallwood. We was in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't speak our language, but this lady
Mm-hmm.
came up and said she was about to commit suicide until she heard
Mm-hmm.
Richard's music
Mm-hmm.
that day, and she changed her mind. Even though she couldn't speak our language, we couldn't speak
Mm-hmm.
their language. Music
Right.
transcend boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
barriers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's music is powerful. So that's how I believe that their contributions affected um, people. And even with Norman, most choirs sing his music because that's the kind of music that he wrote for choirs.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
Hmm.
true. And Fred, what do you think? What do you
I
believe was
I
greater?
think the reason why the contribution is so great is because it's being sung in churches.
Yeah.
Okay, and churches are everywhere. They're across
Mm-hmm.
the planet. And when
Mm-hmm.
you, like I said earlier, when you get a good song, it's going to last because how can we even get through the course of the day without singing at some point "I love the Lord" or saying "I love the Lord"? You know,
Right.
it's almost impossible. So
Right.
those contributions probably outweigh some of the contributions of others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because where those songs are, and
Mm-hmm.
we go back many years with those songs
Yeah, that's very true. We really do. And like you said, people are still singing them to this day and will continue to
today.
sing, They were excellent writers. They
Hmm.
were
Yeah.
excellent writers. You can't take that away from them. They were excellent writers. How did their sound or style shift the culture of gospel music? How did their sound or style shift the culture of gospel music? Fred.
Well,
Oh,
well, Richard infused classical music with gospel, so
yeah,
that was a shift because at that time nobody was doing it.
right, right. Yeah.
So I could definitely say that about Richard with his classical influence. Um, that was definitely a shift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. Fred.
Yeah, yeah, because Richard's music was at one point they didn't know how to categorize him.
Right.
You know, at
Yeah.
one point he was uh, contemporary, another point he was traditional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't know how to categorize him because it was right in the middle of the sandwich is
Mm-hmm.
where it's good, but it's sitting in
Mm-hmm.
between two pieces of bread. But he was right there, and they didn't know really how to categorize music, and that's the reason why it's still good today.
Yeah, absolutely. And his music was Richard's music was somewhat challenging for some of the musicians that had never heard really classical style kind of music, and it was really kind of challenging for some. But they lived up to this challenge. It was something that they wanted to do, hadn't really heard about him and his style of music, but was ready to implement it in their music and their playing.
Well, if you listen to Richard's music, especially like vocally, it's very unique, but it's really not that complicated
Mm-hmm.
because he did a lot of major and minor progressions, whereas a lot of musicians they want to add the ninth, they want to add the 11th, and they want to add all these different flavors. But
Mm-hmm.
his was really plain, but at the same time complicated in itself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know one person who it wasn't challenging for. I don't know about nobody else, but I know one that
Right.
it was
Absolutely.
not
Stephen Ford.
challenging for.
Not at all. He hung in there right there with him. Yeah, and
You
that's
know,
true.
sometimes I could be with Richard, and this is the crazy thing because most people see him as this virtuoso, which he was, but behind the doors, like when I first started working with him, we're in the Bahamas recording. We ain't have no rehearsals. This man is calling out chords as we go on the tape.
Wow.
Really.
Like I'm like, can we? Can I even know what the song is?
Right.
You know. So I think he surrounded himself by a certain caliber of singers and
Hmm.
musicians.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought he was crazy for that, but it worked.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, can we get a rehearsal?
Right.
No.
But it did work, right?
And
Yeah.
even on the road, he only rehearsed when it's time to record an album. We would take 1 week and we rehearsed the album in preparation for the album. After that, we didn't have no rehearsals.
Really?
Nope.
That's when you're good.
Right.
That's when you can feel the heart of the writer.
Yeah.
You know, and you can sing.
Right. And you have, right, I was going to say, you have to have good singers too.
Yeah.
To be able to pick it up like that. He knew what he was doing. Well, what ways did they influence choir directors? What ways do you think they influenced the choir directors?
Me?
Yeah, both of you. Anyone?
How they influence choir directors? Oh, it's all kind of ways. Vocally challenging sometimes. With the both of them. The spirit of the music. And the message behind the music.
Yeah.
As it relates to singers. And the delivery.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. And there's been times when, and Brian knows about this, when Richard would tell some musicians that chord is not in that song.
Right.
Right. Because they were
They
playing
be
what
trying to be fancy with it.
Right.
And you know, I'm a jazz head, so myself, when I play for Richard, I have to transform into a whole new different style when I play with.
Sure.
Yeah.
I might sneak something in every now and then, but best believe the chord is gonna be right when, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I might sneak something in between, but never had a problem. He never complained.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did a fantastic job as a homegoing service. I must commend you on that also.
Yes, you did. I was so proud. I said, he's coming on my show.
Thank you.
I was so proud. It was amazing. That was a homegoing service like none other, but it was him. It was a testament to his life, you know. And then even the musician that was at the end of the homegoing service before they were going to recess out.
Jobar.
What was his name?
Joseph Jobar.
Yeah. He was amazing.
He's phenomenal. I mean, when I was going to Hampton University, he was there, and the stuff that came out of his fingers, I was like, man. They call him a modern day composer, also, because a lot of things he writes.
Really? He was amazing.
He works on Broadway a lot.
Yes. I saw him in a play on Broadway. Yes.
He was amazing. The whole service was good. The singers, you know, I felt for Vision because I know they were grieving as well as had to sing and, you know, deliver his music once again.
Yeah.
You know, and the musician, I saw Tony Walker there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many wonderful people that were there. It was really amazing. Now, how do you think they balance artistry and ministry? How do you think they both balance artistry and ministry?
Well, I can say that I remember Norman Hutchins became a doctor, Dr. Norman Hutchins. And there's a lot of behind the scenes work that he was doing that a lot of people did not know. He was also an entrepreneur.
Really?
In Delaware, he owned like 5 or 6 different stores in Delaware. Wow. And businesses. And he was about to open up some more. I remember when I think it was the Pope came to the city. And they had shut down everything all around the city and the church I was attending at the time. They canceled service because you couldn't get into the church. And so my wife and I, we were trying to decide, well, where are we going to go? And so she said, how about Norman Hutchins Church? We hit the road and went to Delaware. And the service was phenomenal. But the best part about it was he sang her favorite song. He didn't even know she was in the building at the time. And he said he hadn't sung in a while, that particular song. And when he started singing God's Got a Blessing with your name on it, I tell you, it was all over. It was all over at that point. but
Yeah.
he was a phenomenal individual. He had like I said, different businesses, and his
Yeah.
wife Karen, she had different businesses also.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a guy that was community minded,
Yeah.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
another hat that he had to balance along with the record company
Yeah. Well, didn't
and
he start
passing the
his own
church.
record company? He
Huh?
started his own record company, right? His own
Yes,
record company.
yes. He
Yeah.
started on record company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a pastoring
and
too.
passing the church. So it was a lot of hats he was wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Now
first
Richard
time I met
probably was
him.
the opposite. He
Mm,
probably was the opposite because he didn't own like any businesses. He just wanted to write music, and behind the scenes, he was battling depression actually.
yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember him talking about that. I think that's even in his book.
Yeah,
He talked about depression,
yeah,
and I find, and that's real. I find that there are a lot of musicians, even some pastors, but I find a lot of musicians that suffer with depression.
yeah,
I've talked to quite a few artists in my career who were dealing with the same thing, and it just amazes me. I'm
Mhm.
not going to name names, okay,
Right.
but you would
Mhm.
be surprised the ones who deal with depression. Then they
yeah,
still want to come out on that stage and encourage you to live a life for Christ, when they got their own skeletons and battles that they're dealing with themselves.
right,
They're not free from it because they minister to you.
Right.
right,
Right. Right.
right.
And when they're on
So
the stage,
I don't know if the word balance can be used because a lot of times it can be an imbalance.
mm, mm. And because when they're on stage, they're like a different person. That's their ministry. That's what they love to do. And as soon as they come off, a lot of them were very dealing with loneliness too.
Mm.
Because you go to your hotel room or go to your house, and it's just you, and no one else is there with you, and a lot of them deal with a lot of loneliness.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Somebody should write a book,
Mm.
Cindy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I really should. Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about writing a book. And someone said she appreciate I love that he was open with talking about depression, because a
Yeah.
lot of them are hiding it. A lot of them are hiding it, and
Yeah.
that's so true.
You're right. So many people aren't uh, transparent when it comes to themselves personally. And
Yeah.
and and I've said this for many years. When people in the church, especially the younger people, they look at Mother Brown, and Mother Brown seems to be so strong and so spiritual in the Lord. They don't know it took Mother Brown 30 years to get there. All they
Right.
know is what they see. They don't know Mother Brown's name will sook you in the street, you
Right.
know, back
Right.
when in the neighborhood, because Mother Brown
Mhm.
go back the whole neighborhood. They know. They
Right.
know. But folks
Yeah.
don't tell that part of the story. They don't say, listen, let me tell you, take them aside and say, let me tell you what I came through. And if I came through this, you can come through it. They don't tell that story. All they want is that for people to see is the fact that I'm spiritual now. I'm good now.
Right. Absolutely. Did Richard ever feel maybe like with the record label that he was having problems with them or anything? Was he good with the record label where he was?
Not all of them. There was like a few who really wouldn't support him, and he would leave and go to another label. Per his manager.
Right. Right.
So no, he wasn't good with all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think made their vocal delivery or musicianship unique? What do you think made their vocal delivery unique? Both of them.
I would say the arrangements of the song and how they delivered the song.
Wow. Mm,
Because you could have a song
mm-hmm,
and it could be okay, and you can
mm-hmm.
have a different arrangement of that song, and it would be like, wow, it's the same song, but it's just a
Right.
different arrangement of it.
Right. That's true. Fred?
and how you deliver the song.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, I would say this. I think Norman Hutchins' delivery was just, you know, the guy next door. I mean, he wasn't trying to make no, runs and all that kind of stuff. He was just singing a song from his heart,
Yeah.
and I think that's the part that got the song over because he was singing the song from his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't no great singer, but he was an acceptable singer, an appreciated singer, and a
Right.
singer that flew really under the radar. He had a lot of songs
Mm-hmm.
that were great songs, but I
Mm-hmm.
think he flew under the radar compared to a lot of other artists. I
Right.
remember when I got a call from um, Donald Dumpson
Yeah.
for he was looking for somebody to be at the Kimball Center for the Soulful Christmas celebration. We
Yes.
would we would talk every year, and so he would ask me, "Well, who do you think?" And I
Mm-hmm.
told him about Norman Hutchins. He had never heard about Dr. Norman Hutchins. I said,
Really?
"Well, first of all, he's right there in Delaware." I said, "And Emmanuel gets sung every year in every church, and see, since this is Soulful Celebration, that will work very well."
Yeah.
He fell in love with him. And
Yeah.
Norman thanked me so many times for recommending him to play at the Kimball Center. I
Mm-hmm.
told him it's okay, but it was my pleasure to do that,
Right.
and people accepted it. It was a very very nice turnout, but his delivery is just that delivery that is warm and welcoming.
Right. Right. Wow. That's amazing. How
Agreed.
did they handle live performances versus studio? How do you think they handled that?
Well, live performance is a totally different energy. So
Mm-hmm.
you're also feeding off of your audience.
Of
You're
the
also
audience.
going back and
Mm-hmm.
forth with them,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be amens or laughter or
Mm-hmm.
whatever emotion that song brings.
Mm-hmm.
So studio, you're just more relaxed and
Mm-hmm.
hey, bring me a coffee while I'm recording this, or it's just so much more relaxed. And
Right.
if you mess up, you can redo it. With a live
Right.
audience, you can't do that.
Right.
You mess up with a live performance these days, everybody got their phones. You're going to be on the internet
Yeah,
being
True.
ridiculed, and people don't remember all of the good that you gave, but they will remember that bad note that you sang on
That
the
one
stage.
hmm
bad. Right.
So
Exactly.
that's
hmm
the difference between live and studios. It's two
Mm-hmm.
totally different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What do you think about Norman, Fred?
I think I've been in quite a few services with him, and the Stellas and pre-Stellas, and he did things live. And like I said, he comes out there doing what he does with no real pressure because he's in his element, he's in his comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I have never heard him really mess up. You know, he
Hmm.
just kind of
Mm-hmm.
kind of sticks to it. It's almost like a drummer that's going to lay in the pocket.
Right.
How can you mess up in the pocket? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
so yeah.
Right. I have a question here for you. How did Richard choose what singer sings the solos for each song? Did he write with a voice in mind? That's a great question.
Not all the time. Sometimes he would write the song and he would have different singers like just sing it, and then he would know who works best for that particular song. And then there's other times that he would write specifically like for a singer, like for instance for with Karen Clark, Secret Place. He wrote that specifically for her,
Oh, wow.
giving you an example.
Yeah.
But not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes songs will come to him. He will write the song. He has no idea who's going to sing it until he presents it like in a rehearsal setting,
Mm-hmm.
and he can fill the different singers out. And then you know what? You're the one for this song.
Right.
It don't mean that the other person can't sing, or you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
that this person right here is best for this song, even though this other person probably can sing circles around the other person.
Right. Right.
Because this song right here probably doesn't require a whole bunch of runs and all. We just need straight notes.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Now, what do you think young gospel artists can learn from the discipline and the excellence of these two artists? What do you think young gospel artists can learn from what they can? What can they learn?
Well, I think that when I look at what Norman Hutchins stood for, he
Mm-hmm.
wrote music for the church. He didn't write songs that were something that you probably could play somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not giving reference to God or Jesus or anything like that. He
Mm-hmm.
wrote songs for the church. He wrote songs that church choir could sing. He wrote songs that a soloist could sing. Matter of fact, the last time he was here in Philadelphia at the Triumph Baptist Church,
Mm-hmm.
he sang a few songs. He had some background singers, but he started off with a song by himself singing. The song put a staple in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if I was a singer, I would certainly sing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a love song to the Lord. And it's actually on his latest CD also.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what he left behind, that he was on a mission to write songs for the church. Where God's got a blessing with your name on it. And the other song he wrote, Shout Like You Got It. A lot of people love that one too. Shout like you got it. And
Mm-hmm.
especially another staple, and Brian knows this one, I'm on the battlefield for my Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna hear that on the R&B station.
right.
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
would say to a young person coming up, I would say if you don't have a relationship with the Lord, I would say don't do it.
Mm.
How you
I
gonna sing
feel it.
about somebody and you don't know who you singing about?
Right.
When Richard and I would even say Norman, when these guys were coming up, they didn't really do music for the likes, how many views, or all these things that we're doing on social media today.
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
it for the love of the music and because of their relationship.
Right.
And that's why it came across like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say to a young person, you must first define your purpose for why you even want to do it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it for streams?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing it for that purpose, you're doing it for the wrong person,
Right.
the wrong reason,
Right.
and
Right.
that's become evident. It don't
Mm.
matter how many likes and how much social media presence you have.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean anything. But are you
Mm-hmm.
affecting anybody? Are you changing somebody's life by delivering the word of God? So if you
Yes.
have a
Mhm.
relationship, I would say don't even do it. Just go do R&B.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Brian, can you share with us how he wrote Total Praise?
He wrote it
Yeah.
from depression. He was trying to have a pity party because he was a caregiver for his stepbrother and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was his mother because she passed away. But he was a care. He wrote it out of depression, and he did not expect it to be what it was. It was just a pity song to the Lord that turns into praise.
Yeah.
And he had no idea that it was going to be a global hit or anything because he definitely didn't write it for that purpose.
Wow.
When they did, even when they released it, they had no idea. They had a couple other songs, the business people behind the label that they
Mm-hmm.
they thought that would do the numbers that they were looking for because the people behind the record company, they don't really care too much about the ministry part. They look at numbers
That's
Mm-hmm.
all.
because they
Right.
try
So
to they try to recoup the money that they
Right.
put out. So they was looking at a couple other songs, but this Total Praise song kept getting these numbers that they weren't expecting.
Wow.
So you never know. If you A lot of times we write songs and we like, oh, this is gonna be a hit. It doesn't become a hit.
Right. Right.
Um, and
Mm-hmm.
and that could be coming from the wrong place in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially when it pertains to gospel music, because gospel is the message of Jesus Christ. So
Right.
again, I say don't even attempt to do it if you don't have a relationship. And we have a lot of newcomers,
Yeah.
because they can't make it in the R&B world, and they feel like, well, they're told that they're too old, so maybe I'll sing gospel,
Right.
and that's the
Right.
wrong reason.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The same thing happened with Kurt Carr for Every Mountain. That
Mm.
was a
Mm.
fill in. The album was basically done, but they had a little more space on it. And so he said, just use this to fill up the gap.
Right,
And it ended up being the one
right.
that sold the
See,
whole album. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
so you never know.
you never know.
Mm-hmm. How do you think they remain relevant across generations? How do you think they remain relevant across generations?
Well, it's the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the music, because your music, especially like Fred said earlier, a good song is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it comes to producing a song, if you could have millions of dollars of equipment in the studio and write a
Mm-hmm.
song, and you can, on the other hand, have like maybe a 4-track recorder
Mm-hmm.
in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if the song is good and it was done on a 4-track, then the people are going to choose what, because they don't care about the technology. They're going to care about what affects them and what touches their heart.
Right.
So a good song is a good song, and that's going to outlive the person.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's why James Cleveland music is still being sung.
That's
That's
true.
right. That's right.
Wow.
It
That's so.
remains relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
James Cleveland. That's so true. Now, if
Hmm.
they were here today, what do you think they would sing or they would say to the next generation? If they were here today, what do you think they would say to the next generation?
Don't do it.
Don't do it, huh?
Oh no.
Oh, they might say a little more than that. Fred, what do you think they might say?
What I think they would say to the next generation,
Uh-huh.
the way this record industry is going, they probably want to tell them, keep your day job.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because a lot of people they get a song or an album or something, they start to make a little money and they quit their job. They figure I'm going to do this the rest of my life, you
Right.
know. But you have a lot of one hit wonders out there
Yeah.
who one hit wonder, and that was it. So you probably tell them, keep your day job, put the Lord first in your life, and let Him lead you and guide you. Because if you try to do it by yourself, you're gonna make a mess of it.
Right. Right.
Again, that
Right.
goes back to why you're doing it in the first place. So what's your
Yeah.
purpose?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know when I got into music, and Fred can attest to this. Fred, you remember that jingle I wrote for Gospel Highway?
Yeah. Sure. Holy
Um,
Dance Studio.
yeah. So mostly all of the stuff that I did when it came to producing or making music, I
Mm-hmm.
never did it for money or what I could
Mm-hmm.
get back in return. I did it
Mm-hmm.
for the love of the craft and the love of creating music and using the gift that God gave me.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
That's speaking for myself. But I never did it for money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know Station didn't have any anyway, but you blessed us. You blessed us, and my prayer was that the Lord would bless you in return. And this is before Smallwood, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Holy
was
Dance
playing with Keith
Studio
Pringle
down on
before.
Fairmount Avenue.
I was playing with
Wow.
Keith Pringle before, but Richard Smallwood, and then locally, I was playing with Gable Hardiman in
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. But
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be able to do any of that in those days without you great radio announcers that would broadcast these artists' music to get them,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, to the
Right.
people.
That's true.
I know
platform.
we in a different day and time now, but we're riding off the backs of the Fred Blains in the radio industry.
Mm.
That's right.
Mm.
We're
That's so
riding on the
true.
shoulders and the backs of you guys.
And for those who don't know, Brian has an instrumental piece out there too. It's an instrumental CD.
Yeah, he
And
does.
it's still in our library, Brian. We still play it.
Oh my God.
We still play it, you know.
For real?
Instrumentals don't get old, especially, hymns. They don't get old.
No. Him and Ralph Lofton. It doesn't get old.
Oh, yes. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. Any given day. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it doesn't get old. We have a question here. Yvette says, what would they think of the replacement of choirs with worship teams? What would they think of the replacement of choirs with worship teams? What do you think?
Who is they?
I guess he's talking about Richard and I'm sure she's talking about Richard and Norman.
Mm.
Yeah, Richard and Norman. What would they think of replacement of choirs with worship teams?
Replacement of choirs with worship teams. A lot of times, I'm gonna be nice, but a choir is it's been scientifically proven that singing on choirs is healthy for you. Okay, and choirs give you a full round sound, and dealing with other people and personalities, people who like doing the same things you're doing. And a lot of times, you have some places where a worship team, they once were called glorified mic singers. It's just individuals who think they need a mic so they can be heard. Okay, but one person said, "Well, we're the worship team, and that's the choir." But I say, well, what do you think the choir is doing? Aren't they worshiping God through song also? Yeah. So whoever started that separation of the worship team and then the choir, isn't everybody serving the same God, singing the same music unto our Lord? I think that's just a ploy from the enemy to put a wall of diversion there between the praise, the praise team and the choir. I think we're all singing the same thing, basically. Okay. But I understand the praise team is supposed to usher us in to the presence. Now, that's if the praise team is singing songs to usher us into the presence. A lot of time, praise teams sing whatever comes to their mind. I don't know what you come to do, you and you and you, and God's not getting no glory out of that. You have to study for a praise team, just like a minister studies for the sermon. Praise team has to study the music that's going to bring the people closer to the Lord. Yeah. And a lot of them just don't deliver.
It's like replacing. No, it's like choosing from a piece of filet mignon, and you compare it to a French fry. No, that's CCM, a chicken tender.
Right.
Depends on your preference. Some people like their I look at music like cooking. So some people like their food with no seasons at all.
Right.
Just give me a French fry. I'll be don't put nothing on it.
Yeah.
And some people like a steak with steak sauce. Like I need all the trimmings. It's a matter of preference.
And you find with the praise team too, they more look into your vocals have got to be right. Each one have an individual mic. Your vocals have got to be right. And they wanted a studio sound with the worship when you think about it. Because they're streaming and they want it to sound a certain way. And if it doesn't, then, we're in trouble.
Now, both can be effective, though.
Both can be effective.
Both can be effective.
Both can be effective.
I've seen some praise teams that will deliver the word and get them people up. And I'll see some people that will sit on the choir and vice versa.
Right. So true.
Yeah, and I've seen some praise teams where people stand to watch, wondering when this is going to be over.
Yeah. Because sometimes there's no anointing there; it's just showmanship.
Yeah.
When you think about it, lights are out.
You got to put the work in. You got to put the time in.
You really do. You really do. So as we close, I have another question to ask you before we close. What does Richard and Norman's life teach us about purpose and calling? What does Richard and Norman's life teach us about purpose and calling? What do you think?
Don't stop till you get enough. Oh no, that's Michael Jackson. Don't quit. Don't quit. Keep going at it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are ministering, because you're going to have ups and downs, and if you come across something that don't set right with you,
Yeah.
and you're ready to quit, then you ain't cut out for this, because it's work, and
Mm-mm.
everything is not always going to be perfect. And when you are artists, you're going to be in a lot of situations, especially when it comes to sound checks. And even if you do all the road work ahead of time, somebody is going to drop the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
when you get there to the stage, there's going to be, I don't know, maybe not enough mics. Maybe the instruments are wrong. Even though you sent and your administrative team did all this stuff prior to, when
Mm-hmm.
you get there, it's not what was on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to make the best of the situation
Mm-hmm.
in spite of all of your great administration.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to deliver. And that's what being professional is. We've come across many times where our stuff wasn't right, and I would go to Richard, and we just have to make the best of it, because we're not going to leave because this one situation is wrong.
Right.
We're gonna make we know how to get around some stuff and make the best of it.
Right.
So you
Right.
have to expect these things. I expect something to go wrong. I'm never surprised or shocked when it does. If the
Mm-hmm.
lights go out and we have electronic keyboard boards around,
Mm-hmm.
you're stuck. Let's pull out the acoustic piano. Pull out that piano from over in the corner. We still gonna sing without these mics, and we gonna use an acoustic piano. Whatever we have to do to bring that word, that's what we do. Everything is not going to be perfect, and if you're
Mm-hmm.
expecting it to be perfect, it's the wrong industry.
That's for sure. That's for
I,
sure.
I, I agree, Brian, because I think that's one of the things that give you longevity in this business. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen many times where things did not work out well. I remember Darius Brooks. I was in Chester. He came to the high school uh, to do a concert
Mm-hmm.
with some other folks, and the promoter left.
Mm.
Okay, needless to say, Darius came to me
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me, "Did I know the guy?" I
Mm-hmm.
said, "No. As much as you know him, I don't know him." He said,
Right.
"Well, I'm here now." He said, "I'm going to go out here and sing." Didn't get
Mm-hmm.
paid at all. Okay, and he went out there and sang like they paid him extra because he went out there to do what he came to do,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the situation going bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this business for 44 years. I've seen some other artists, everybody sitting in the congregation waiting for them to come out because they in the back, Brian, we all sitting out there suffering because the band has been done played the intro 4 or 5 times while they back there, trying to get their business straight, you
Right.
know. But I
Right.
think, and a lot of those people don't last long. But I
No.
think the integrity that Norman had and the integrity that Richard Smallwood had is like, regardless of what goes on in the kitchen may be dirty, but we're going to go out here and serve like we're in a spotless kitchen because that's
Yeah.
what we came to do
Right.
because we're serving a spotless God.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. That's true ministry.
It
Mhm.
is. It is. Brian, there's a question for you. What are you doing now?
Well, I relocated to the Atlanta area because
Oh.
I didn't want to be in the snow this
Okay.
weekend. So I pre-planned like 2 years ago. I'm playing for a church in Atlanta. It's not a mega church; it's a small church, and that's where
Nice.
I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's it. I'm getting more into filming.
Oh.
So I have a film camera, and so I like love putting music to pictures. So I've been working with Tyler Perry's cousin, who is his name is Smoke. I don't know if you well no, you guys would have never seen this picture called not the picture series called All the Queen's Men. Don't go watch it. It's going to corrupt your mind. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it's on BET Plus. But Smoke is Tyler Perry's cousin, and he's the killer. But anyway, he opened up. See, I had to be around these people so I could minister to them. So
Right.
he opened up a film studio. So I've been helping him do some things here and there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just trying to find my way here.
Yeah. And on the other side of that, what happens like when with Norman Hutchins and also with Richard Smallwood, when they they die, they pass away, and you have these singers that have been singing with them. What do the singers? I guess do they find somebody else to sing with, or what do they do? They just what happens to them?
Well, most of the singers that sang with, I would even say with Norman too, they have regular jobs. And a lot of times they'll get excused to go minister. So it's not like it's their livelihood. It's more so musicians like
Right. I think his phone went out. Yeah, I think he went out. And Fred, you can do you know basically what happens?
I think Brian was nailing it right there because a lot of the singers that's not their main source of survival. So they probably sing along with other people, other groups, you
Right.
know, and kind of keep it moving, you know, and then use that name uh, as a resume to say, hey, I've sang with Richard Smallwood, I've sang with, you know, Norman Hutchins.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay. But that's good to know. It's good to know. But I want to thank you all for being here tonight on Real Talk with Cindy. I think Brian there's a little problem with your mic. But I want to thank you all so much for being here tonight, and I'm looking forward to having you all back on here again on Real Talk with Cindy. It's been an enjoyable night, and I thank you so much, and I thank everyone that's watching and those that will watch the rerun. And it's on the YouTube page, and I thank God so much for all of you, and ask you to support Real Talk with Cindy. I have my Cash App is $Cindy's Keys, and I'm asking everybody to just sow $6 in celebration of 6 years with Real Talk with Cindy. So my dollar is $Cindy's Keys, and I'm just asking you if you would like. Many of you have been a financial blessing to Real Talk, and I thank you so much. And I'm so looking forward to having you all back as well as guests again. This was very enlightening, very good. Also, there's one more question here, Brian. We'll ask this one, and you can answer this. How many songs did Richard Smallwood write in all? Did he present all of his music?
no. He
Thank you,
he
sir.
had he had some songs that never made the records.
Really?
I don't know where they are though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they are. But he's written like hundreds of songs. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So, um, give y'all a little plug. My wife and I, we also do a podcast. It's called A Piece of Us on YouTube. And
Okay.
and on my podcast, we have some unseen footage of Richard Smallwood. I
Okay.
have so much stuff that nobody has ever seen. I still haven't finished going through it, but a lot of it is posted on my podcast. It's called A Piece of Us,
Okay. And it's on
Bryant
YouTube.
Pugh. Mm-hmm. And it's
Okay.
also on the wall of my Facebook page, in addition to YouTube. But on Facebook, it's just my name, Bryant Pugh. But if you go on
Okay.
YouTube, it's A Piece of Us, and there you will see some of the behind the scenes stuff with Richard Smallwood.
Okay. That's great. That's really, really good. It's really good. Now, will you stay in touch with Vision in any way?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, because we're like a family.
Yeah.
We just lost another member.
Oh, sorry to
Um,
hear that.
his funeral was Friday. Raymond Reeder, and when I first joined Richard Smallwood, Raymond was the keyboard player, and
Amazing.
Richard had me to start playing and made him one of the singers.
Wow.
But he's written songs for Yolanda Adams. He wrote "When I'm With You" with for Tony Terry,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a part of Vision for years, and he just passed away.
Wow. Didn't know that. Sorry to hear that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. So, any closing remarks from either one of you?
I want to say congratulations to you on your 6 year celebration for Real
Thank
Talk
you.
with Cindy Barber. We want to say
Oh yeah,
congratulations to you.
congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you. It's been quite a journey. I have over 500 videos on my YouTube page.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
nice.
God has blessed us. God has blessed us, and I've been trying to get Brian for quite some time. And one time he accepted, and then something came up. He had to go on the road, I think, with Richard, and it didn't work out. And so I'm so honored that I was able to get you this time, and you were able to accept,
It
even
was
though you
it's
almost
my
forgot.
pleasure. My pleasure.
I guess my shameless plug also, huh?
Yeah, you've been with me the 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Cindy,
My
where are you
shameless
based?
plug would be join me tomorrow morning on Gospel Highway 11 online only. My name is Fred Blain, the Morning Man. We've been doing this thing for a long time. The station is celebrating 50 years in the community, bringing you the greatest in gospel music. Gospel Highway 11, you can download the app for your Android or Apple phone. And also, you can ask a smart speaker to play Gospel Highway 11 radio station on your laptop, on your computer, worldwide, 24 hours a day. Bring you the music you love to hear. Don't forget about our Turntable Thursday, when we share with you music from the tracks of the wax. It takes a needle to extract it from times gone by that you kind of grew up with. Cindy knows all about those songs from back in the day, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's right. Well, thank you so much for that. I just love your radio voice. It's just, but that's just your voice all the time. But it's so good. It's really good. It's a very nice
And
voice.
where are you playing at now?
Well, I'm at my mother's church, and I'm in Massachusetts and Connecticut. I'm living in Connecticut, but I'm playing
Oh,
at the church in Massachusetts. But I am the international minister of music for the churches of the living God throughout. And so I travel all over the country to various churches. And so God has really blessed me. I have a lot of, we have a music conference coming up, and that's going to be in Akron, Ohio in March. And I called it Music Summit. And so I thank God for what he's doing with the musicians and singers that's from all over the country. And it keeps me busy. It's
Great.
been 3 years. I'm going into my 4th year with it. So I thank God for
nice.
Now
yeah.
everybody's covered, right?
Everybody's covered. People want to know what we doing.
Yeah.
People want to know what we're doing.
You
So I
got a lot of snow?
whew, what you say? About 12 inches we have, I think, here, 11 or 12 here. Fred, how many
Yeah.
you have?
About 12 in city.
Yeah. In Massachusetts, I think they have about 20 or 24 inches. New York, I think, is about the same. Yeah, so you left in time.
Yeah, I had to
Right.
heed to the voice of the Lord. Go.
Yeah. But you still didn't forget how to shovel, though, I'm sure.
No, I ain't forget, but them days is over.
I hear you. When I come to Atlanta, I got to check you out, Brian. We're going to stay in touch.
Absolutely.
We're going to stay in touch.
And you too, Fred, if you ever come to an Atlanta area.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to find out where you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly will do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you know where the good food places are.
Absolutely.
I think he cooks too.
A little bit.
All right.
I see you out there with a grill.
All
Little
right.
bit.
Yeah. So we're going to say goodnight to everyone, and thank you so much for joining and being a part of Real Talk with Cindy. And also on my intro and outro, you hear Fred's voice, and he was so nice to be able to do this for me. So I want to say goodnight to everyone, and thank you, and thank my wonderful guests for being here on tonight. And you all have a pleasant week, and we'll see you next time right here, Real Talk with Cindy. God bless you.
Thank you so very much for tuning in to Real Talk with Cindy Barber. We hope you have been informed and inspired by the conversation on this evening. You can contact Cindy Barber on Instagram at CindyRBarber04. You can email her at ms.cindybarber@gmail.com or the YouTube channel at Cindy R. Barber. You can also contact Cindy about having your event advertised on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Cindy looks forward to you joining her next week for another informative conversation right here on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Until then, have a great evening.